would they come forward? And we're going to ask the patrons of the Grosvenor, all you barristers and lawyers and things, would you step back?
talking tonight. Thanks for coming. Let me stop touching. This is my collection. Basically, I've called it E-Collection. Okay. Basically, I'm going to start talking of why I've sort of done it, where I've got inspiration from, and things like that, and why I've chosen models. Number one, I watch a lot of MTV, probably way too much MTV. So I get my inspiration from film clips and things like that, dancing, lots of sport, a lot of things like that. So basically, going through, we've got Huey over here, the rollerblade. Going through, I don't really think hair should be limited by the venue, stepping it outside. So we're going from rollerblade, why can't it be rollerblade across the bridge with a cool haircut? There you go. On to Matilda. We've got the quick, we've got the classic, good on, garbage haircut happening here. Bit of blonde, bit of streaks. Bit of fun streak happening from here, bit of fun. That's better. So basically, sees Matilla's personality, brings her out, she loves it, she does the fun stuff. That's her basically life shows. Thanks, Matilla. Good old John Rowe, John Rowe. This is my main man. Posted him in a club, so why not? He's got cool hair, bit of foil work in there, he loves it, he digs it, that's his style. Thanks, John Rowe. Alright, bit of footprint happening here, bit of sport, bit of hockey players, bit of football, bit of style, bit of colour, bit of mohawks, bit of European influence happening here with Nick, bit of chunky colour, bit of texture happening. Thanks, guys. Now we've got another tiny bit of fro here, straight into pieces, get a bit of colour happening, dig a style with fashion, get the guys working more fashion sort of work. What was that? I like to start working with men's work a lot more, rather than staying with your female models, so that's why I've chosen a lot of male models tonight. These two, glamour, why not? Let's go the hat, put the Alicia Keys, a few scalp breaks happening through here, bit of a piece tap, a bit of texture, timber, sharp fringe, hat as well, bit of colour as well. That's it, guys. So basically it's a bit of a collection of lots of different things, lots of genres mixed together. So that's me. So thank you.
Created a soft mohawk feel, but it still has a very feminine edge to it, with the
colourette this evening, I've accentuated through that mohawk feel by smudging through the ends with powder lacquer. The actual base colour is a level 7 violet mixed with a 7 level red, which I think gives a lovely pinky, salmony colour. Now I'll just dress this out a little bit for you. Actually using the block this evening, which is great for creating these strong styles. Great. Just get your window for me out. Thank you. My next model is Megan. Now with Megan this evening, I've actually used an undercutting technique, but it has a very soft edge. To accentuate that undercut, I've actually used a 5 level violet in a demi-permanent. This is where this shadowing technique comes through. Now if we actually piece that out and give that more of an edge, we actually see a lot more of that undercolour coming through there. Just like to talk to you a little bit about the outfits this evening. They're by a Brisbane designer called Dogstar. And this collection was actually in the lifestyle section at the RAQ Awards last year. They've been very kind to lend me these outfits this evening. Love that feedback. And as you can see, we're just seeing that colour peeking through those sides. Just turn around there. So this is something that we can actually use, and without going into such a strong colour, we can use a lot softer colours to make it a lot more commercial. Okay. Thanks, Stephen. My last model this evening is Hayley. Now with Hayley, we've actually used a little bit of this disconnection, but only through this fringe area, carrying through the sides. Now in this disconnected area underneath, I've actually used a 2-level gold red, using a panelling technique through this middle section of a 3-level gold beige and a 4-level gold red. Through this top section, like I've actually done with Megan, I've smudged in colour through these roots by a technique of pre-lightening these ends and smudging it up to that root area. Might just dress this out a little bit with a bit more of an edge.
gentlemen. Now I need your attention for about the next 8-9 minutes, so I'm just going to pull my pants down and flash a brown eye. Is that okay with everyone? Okay, now just got a few things I need to say. Dear Mum and Dad. Okay, I'm going to have to do it freehand. I'm 25 years old and I'm the artistic stylist for John Laporte hair salons. I have a big part in training our staff all through Queensland. When I am working in a salon, I work at Pacific Fair on the Gold Coast. I've been doing hair for approximately 7 years now. John Laporte is quite a commercial chain of salons, but we are definitely fashion influenced. So I like to think that my work is I get a lot of my influence from the catwalks of Europe and Australia, our designers here in Australia, architecture, any sort of line of design, beautiful cars, all those sort of things that impress me. And I like to incorporate them into a beautiful line in my haircut and colour. Okay, well I'll bring on my first model. I've got 6 models for you tonight. So I'll bring on the beautiful Kimmy. What I've tried to achieve for you is a forecast for winter 2002. So for my darker colours, I've tended to use more raisin and plum tones. With the pre-lightened pieces, I'm definitely going for a warmer tone as opposed to ash. This tends to marry in with the base colour quite well. Now for the haircut, most of you would agree that fringes are huge at the moment. We're doing plenty of fringes and incorporating tiered layers to that. So I've got a fairly heavy beveled fringe here to just create a nice sexy look just above the eye, just below the eyebrows. And through the front here I've got a tiered layering that just connects to the side. And if you can just spin around for me. I use quite a lot of asymmetrical lines in my work as well. So working with tension and swinging the hair off to the opposite direction, I've just created a nice asymmetrical line here with a nice heavy line perimeter just to pre-lighten the end. And that's you, you're free to go. Thanks, Kimmy. Actually, if you can, I might just get you to stand up here. And I'll bring down Janine. Now, of course, the mohawk has just been huge so far. So what I've done here is just around the temples, just to behind the ear, just to cuff the sides of this style. We've gone for a darker base, creating an artificial regrowth. Through the main frame, the backbone of the section, I've just lightened it up just to a nice warm honey blonde. I'm using toffee and sunset colours here, so it's very warm, very forgiving and yet very feminine. Just around the back here, I've just left a little bit of length, with a little bit of this cheeky sunset colour showing through underneath. And just for a bit of difference, we've just created a little bit of an A-frame peak through the back here as well. Thank you very much. Okay, next in line. I have Rebecca. Rebecca's a beautiful makeup artist. This is quite a commercial style again. The colour is very commercial as well. I've married raisin tone with just some nice, very raw, fiery colours through the edges here. Just doing drop foils so that they start just on the mid-lengths and just blast out to the ends of the hair. Just through the back here, I've just, to complement the undercut, I've just given a nice solid edge to this. Just using a powder lightener just to create a nice raw fire colour. And we've got a nice step undercut in through here as well. And we've just got a very raw, chewed out section in through the top. We've got a little bit of asymmetry through the fringe here as well, just to create a nice sweeping fringe. Thank you. Okay. Next I've got Simone. Now with Simone's haircut, this is probably more of a fashionable, functional hairstyle. I've created 2 tiers through the side here. If you could just spin sideways on for me. If you just look down, we've got a nice heavy line, some tiered layering incorporated with the fringe through the front. I've got a second tiered layer section that comes through the back here. Now from side on, this creates 2 very interesting and heavy lines. When you brush it back, we've got something that resembles a page style. So this is quite a functional hairstyle from a commercial point of view. We also have a little bit of an asymmetrical line to the front here. Again, very heavy, very sexy with the fringes. Jet? Okay, this is Jethro. With Jethro, we've just maintained a little bit of length through the back here. Bring it into a pinnacle just through the base, just at the bottom of the nape here. Now through the top, I've just disconnected a little bit through just this top area, just to chew it up. It makes it a little bit interesting for Jethro. He can go for he can wear it on either side. We've got a slight undercut fringe as well, so that allows Jethro to either wear it up or sweep it across to the side for a cute schoolboy look. Thanks very much. One for the ladies. Okay, and now we've got Lisa. Lisa's my final model for this evening. What I've done with Lisa is created a nice heavy perimeter. There's quite a lot of asymmetry in this. This is probably more of a fashion style than a functional style. Now, around the side here, I've got a convex shape coming up to meet the the cheekbone through the back. I've got an overlapping section just through here, which just creates a nice asymmetry. Through the side here, again a very convex shape that just marries into this asymmetrical line through the front. Now underneath we've got a shorter asymmetrical line. For the colours I've used a dark plum, oyster tones and very soft lilac just to give a halo around the edges. Now just behind the ear, if you just turn side on again, sorry darling. I've created a darker plum colour just to give a nice heavy cuff, just bringing the colour through from behind the ears. Okay, very nice. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much my collection for 2002. I'd like to thank Lady Cameo who provided the clothing, and Angie from Star Effects for doing the makeup. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you this evening.
Thank you for coming tonight. My name's Adam. I'd like to thank Wella and I'd like to thank I.H.S for giving me the chance to do something like this tonight. Basically, my collection is an individual feel for winter and for the coming spring. It's called the Heidi. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with Kiara. What I've basically done here is I've done really high quiff, really messy, really raw. And then what I've done through here is macrame knotting. Basically what I've done here is just individually sectioned the hair and then gone through. Basically I've looked at my overseas looks and I've gone through that sort of peasant feel, but then I've taken on a more forward thinking of what I feel is coming through. Basically also the look that's coming through is a lot of pinks, a lot of greens, a lot of soft pastels. With the makeup too, very strong, but also a bit dewy at the same time. Okay, so with the makeup, as I explained, it just softens down the look, but there's still a lot of guts to it. Okay, so with the top bit here, what I've used is just the Wella Ultra Strong Hairspray. Really, really sprayed in hard. It doesn't matter if it's a bit rough, it's a bit raw, it doesn't really matter. Then you bring it up. So what I'm doing here is just like a continuation of the quiff that I know has been around for about 2 years. But it's just like a solid sort of editorial look that I still feel is quite strong. Brush it right up. You can be as rough as you like, just as long as you don't hurt your girl. Not hurting you? Okay. I'm a strong believer in heavy use of product. Okay. So you run it through really, really heavy. And it doesn't have to be neat, it can be really quite raw. Alrighty. In with the bobby pins. I'm going to stand up on here because I'm short. So you bring it back. Really high, really, really raw. So the Heidi collection is basically inspiration from like Eastern Europe, Kiev, Scandinavia. It gives a different feel rather than just your typical sort of look from your Paris or your Germany or even your England. Okay, I really strongly believe too in making your own stuff for your girls. What I've made here are all homemade pom-poms. I've made them just out of like cotton wool. It's taken like probably, it takes about 2 hours to do, but it's just that point of difference that you can like show to your clients, so when they come in, this is like, I want something different. You can say, okay, well, this might be a bit editorial for your girls, but you can tone it down for your clients as well. Okay. So basically, just going to steer your water. You just put them in really ad lib. It's very geek boutique, very feminine. Cutting edge dork. So you can pull that up. And basically it's just a selection of different colours and just placing them in through the hair. Basically the colours that I've used is I've gone into the warmer colours for winter. I like to call my collection like a golden walnut. Basically the two girls, Kiara here is on a level 3, with basically an ash overtone. And Laura, my other girl who'll be coming on in a minute, is basically on a level 5. And she's basically got more of a golden tone. So Laura, would you like to come on through, please? Laura's my pre-prepared model. As you can see, the whole look, it's almost a bit like English riding, a bit crazy. She's got the riding boots on and a little tweed skirt. With her style that I've done tonight, again we've copied and we've got a similar action happening, but hers is a lot more toned down, a lot more cleaner. So it's just an interpretation of how you can go from a stronger, raw look, where it's a little bit more messy, a little bit more photographic and editorial, to something a little bit more sort of smooth and contrived looking. So basically you can see as this is coming through, it's a conglomeration of all the colours, and it just adds to the craziness. It's almost a bit clown-like, you know? It's bonkers. So again, just placing more in, getting the feel of the hair. Making your own hair pieces, I think, does have that point of difference for your clients. I think it shows that you care for your clients, and it individualises you from your other stylists as well. Alrighty. We'll just finish off with the little pink one. We'll just secure that in a little bit stronger. Alrighty. And then just to add a bit more shape, you can spray it out. And then I'm finishing off with the Wella High Gloss. Just to shine it down. And even to show out more of the lines of the rough texture. Just take that. And I'll just get my two. Fantastic. There is my Heidi collection. a feeling for 2002, 2003. Quite individual, quite unique, I'm quite proud of it. I'd like to thank tonight Vivian's for supplying Laura and Kiara. I'd like to thank Letitia from Cylinder Clothing in the Valley. I'd like to thank Willa and Fleur from Brother Sister in the Valley. I'd like to thank IHS, Wella and my team at I.H.S Hair. Thank you.
Welcome. It's great to see so many people here tonight. My name's Chris Signaris from Signaris Hair. I'll be discussing 4 different models for you tonight. First of all, my model Justine. With Justine's haircut, what we have is an undercut. So with the sides taken quite short underneath, just get you to see. Through the back, taken quite high. With the undercut, I find this is a great and modern way to slim silhouettes. With the colour, what I've done is worked quite erratic pieces. Through the fringe, I have used 7, 4, and 9% in the Weller Colston Perfect Revolution, which is quite a bright and intense copper. Through the rest of the hair, I've taken a triangular section throughout the side, just underneath the top layer of the hair. The reason why I've taken a triangular section is I find this helps taper the section, working from quite subtle at the top to quite dramatic as it works towards the ends. Through the sides, what I've done is just taken random sections, really unstructured colour, just going through and placing quite obvious pieces throughout the sides, exaggerating the texture throughout the ends. The blonde tone that I used Weller's dust-free powder lightener and 6%. And my base colour is 55, 54 in the Colour Touch Revolution, which is quite an intense mahogany. That's great, Justine, thank you. With my next model, Shakira. With Shakira's haircut, long layered haircut, quite a lot of texture throughout the ends. So with the colour, what I wanted to do is exaggerate the layers and break up the shape. The technique that I've used is called jigsawing. This is a technique that we use quite a lot in the salon. What jigsawing consists of is interwoven pieces blending different zones of the hair, creating variation throughout. So through the underneath, what I've done is taken zigzag sections, zigzagging from the recession area right around in a horseshoe shape, and this is my Revolution girl from the Colston Perfect. The underneath colour I've used 4465, which is quite a deep violet. Throughout the middle section I've taken another zigzag section just above the eyebrow and alternated two tones. I've alternated 5555 in the Colston Perfect Revolution, which is a really intense mahogany, and with my blonde tone I've used Weller's Dust Free Powder Lightener and 1.9%, and what I have here is a raw blonde, an 8-level gold. And the great thing about this colour is, you know, I find if you highlight hair and you have to tone it, it's going to fade, whereas the tone that I have here, that's the colour it is, using the underlying tones of the hair. So when you apply the dust free, you're going to see the red and the copper from the natural underlying pigment, and it's going to continue to lift until you stop it at the tone that you desire. Throughout the top, I've used a very intense burgundy red, which is 6646 plus 045 and 6%. So creating quite a lot of variation throughout the ends, and I find this colour melts together. You're getting, you know, from the deeper tone underneath, working its way up to lighter, getting these exaggerated pieces throughout, breaking it up. Thanks, Shakira. Okay, with my next model, Anouk. This is my legally blonde girl. Okay. What I've done with Anouk's hair, Anouk's haircut is short, quite a lot of texture, can be worn very loose, unstructured, with that, you know, it's got a bit of that bedhead look. So what I wanted to do is exaggerate that texture throughout. I've gone through and worked in a circular pattern, working all my sections on angles. I find taking sections on angles allows the pieces to fall a lot softer than taking them on horizontals. So working around, doing piggyback foils, back on back, working around the head, leaving about 2 inches space between each section, and just working my way through in a circular pattern. I'll just use this little chair. So through the back, just dropping the foils quite low, so that way we're getting the texture throughout the underneath where we've got these kicky bits. With the overall colour, I've used 901 and 903 in the colour touch. With the 901 and 903, it's a combination of a soft ash and a soft beige, creating this very neutral blonde. I find with blondes, it's really hard to say, you know, there's a particular blonde in this season. Not all people are going to suit cool blondes, and not all people are going to suit the warm blondes. So I find, you know, whether it be warm or cool, it depends on suitability to the client. So with the end result, we've got quite a broken up look with the highlights, just a really light platinum blonde, and we have a slightly deeper 9-level blonde, which exaggerates the contrast between the two tones. Okay, and my next model, Rebecca. With Rebecca's hair, we also have an undercut, so working it quite high. Rebecca's got a lot of hair, so we found using the undercut really slimmed down the shape and didn't get such a full head of hair. It allows it to fall more freely and with a lot more texture. Now, with the colour technique that I've used a technique which I call paneling, or it could also be peekaboo highlights. With this, there are lots of colour taken underneath the top layers of the hair which flash when the hair is moved. So what I've used is powder lightener in 6, and I've gone through with Rebecca's haircut. We have a fringe, so I've just taken a section just above the eyebrow. So we're just getting this colour that flashes through and peeks through. With the overall colour, what I've used is 4-6 in the colour touch with 088, creating quite a deep, intense violet. So there is quite a lot of contrast between the two tones. What I've toned the highlights with is the 6-4 Colour Fresh in the semi-permanent range, and I've just put that on for 10 minutes. With the Colour Fresh range, what you get is tone, 5 minutes of tone, and then a further 5 minutes you start developing your level. That's great, thanks Rebecca. I'd just like to say thank you to the I.H.S and Wella for putting together a great evening, and thanks a lot to you guys.
Well, today, how many times have you done an afro and it just hasn't worked out because you use those dodgy pipe cleaners? Well, today we've worked out the best way to perm an afro is by bobby pins. Simply just slide the bobby pin in, twist the hair around the pin, then seclude it with another bobby pin, like so. This under a perm for about 40 minutes, depending on the hair, whether it be highly processed or really resistant. So basically this is just a set version, which is pretty cool, just to give us a bit of something different for the night if you're getting a little bit bored of having straight hair. And all that you have to do is it comes out like a dreadlock, similar thing, just comb it out and you'll get that sort of really, really messy afro. And that brings us to one we've done earlier. This is Alyssa. Alyssa's hair was combed this morning. It's permanently like that. Just a few pre-lightened highlights through the top just to give that curl a little bit of more guts to it, I suppose. And Yasmin, we're working on pre-lightened hair, so that's why we didn't perm it, a set spine. Just using it in a panel is quite cute, a little bit different. Okay, we're at the superstars. This is our beautiful Selena. As you can see, I'll get you to turn for me, hon. We're doing a little bit of something different. We've got a little bit of a tiger print happening, which is done by smudging. Get your colours that contrast, so your level 4s and your fluoro colours, they contrast quite well. And then accentuated that by two different orange panels, and also a little bit of a wedge cut if you turn slightly, just to get it into a new groove. I think where it's going to head is a lot more into wedge cutting. I think we're going to move away from mohawks and all that type of stuff. So what you're going to do, just get your pieces up there just to separate and differentiate the difference. What you'll find also is that your colour definitely has to complement your haircut. If you can't bring your haircut up, that's when you've got problems. And again, the same with my little princess. Our little Rachel. And turn for me, sweetie. Just using oranges just to accentuate your haircut. That's all you're going to do. And it doesn't have to be non-commercial either. Okay. Come on, boy.
Feels so
Okay, men's hair cutting. You've got to get it a little bit more eccentric, I think. You've got to get a little bit of guts, get the attitude happening. Turn for me, sweetie. We've got track marks just to separate and differentiate the difference between the disconnection panels. Also, two track marks of a different kind, just panel it out with a different colour. Accentuate again the haircut. Really important. But handsome, turn for me. We've got a lot of undercutting, again, a lot of separation in the colour. It's all about paneling. Panel it out. It doesn't have to be hardcore bright colour. It can just be normal, beautiful colour like Clint. Then turn around, babe. Average colours, it doesn't have to be bright. It can just give the haircut guts. So whether you go really eccentric or take it to a very similar level, you get something that's a little bit like this. Thanks, boys. Definitely a hairpiece, obviously. When you plait your hairpiece in a web, all you've got to do is leave panels out, which will then help you do like a bucket weave on the top there, just to give it a little bit of something different. You'll find that most of the upstyles today are probably concentrating a lot on plaiting, which you'll see in a lot of magazines. So also it can be quite commercial look, which is really important. Again, we've just got a male's haircut, just cute. What you can see on the street, it doesn't have to be hardcore like those other boys. And just use your hairsprays, use your gels, just panel pieces out. Don't necessarily grab the hair and just clump it together. Whilst over here, as you can see, I was talking about that plait before, just turn from your sweetie. With panels left out, there you go, right in front of your eyes. So you can wrap it, you can twist it, you can move it, you can put it anywhere you like, and you'll find that it'll just float with it for it. And again, another just a handsome male haircut. Beautiful! My boss, love you. And I've got this hot makeup artist, her name's Cassie. Doing a lot of our photo work for us. She helps with all the makeup tonight. So put your cards out, babe.
Okay, folks. Don't forget, hold on to those voting forms. Don't fill them out yet. Wait till the very last one. And remember,
I made my choice, now I gotta take the I never worked a day in my life. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me. I never worked a day in my life. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me. I just lay back and let the big beat lead me.
Is it on? Can everyone hear? Thanks everybody for coming. Firstly, I'd just like to thank all my models and everyone at Paddy's. Also to Karis and Maria for the clothes tonight and Bianca Stefani downstairs. I'd just like to bring on my first models. firstly with Bonnie's hair, the colour is pretty much what I wanted to show tonight, and I've taken a section to the side. It's quite simple, just a square section or panel through there, create lighting, and then using like a 7-level and 8-level gold and copper. Also too, I've done some stacked foils all through, so just layering foils or highlights all together and then just putting a tone over the whole lot. And the background colours like a 5-level, mahogany and copper mixed together. And that's pretty much it. There's a little bit of undercutting at the back. It's quite solid through there, but it comes down into a V shape. And the rest of it's just a grown out haircut with a lot of texture in there. And that's what we've really done. Thanks, Bonnie. This is Eddie. All I've done here, that site with mohawks, stylism fashion. There's a little bit of a rat's tail here at the back. Through the side there, everyone has a bit of tracks here and there. And it's pretty simple really. Keeping the length through the centre panel, keeping it shorter around the crown so it's still flat through here, and the length is coming from here. Thanks, Eddie. Michael was quite a conservative haircut, really. Just buzzing it off to the side, through the front and through the side, and just a lot of texture through the top. And that's pretty much it. Thanks. Girls? And boys, sorry. This is Melinda. With Melinda, it's a 6-level copper red at the root. And I don't know if you can see through the ends, but there's quite a few different colours. Basically all I did was from recession back down to the nape of the neck, taking panels, a darker panel and layering a lighter panel over that. And you can use whatever tones you want, like the darker panel was like a 4-level, 5-level, and the lighter panel was a 7, 8-level copper, and the rest is like a 6-level leather. So you just get different shades and different tones coming through, and especially in the light you can see all the different reds and the contrast. Well, it's contrasting, but it's still quite natural. It gives it a stronger look. Thanks, Melinda. With Nick, same sort of
If the bushes in the park, in the house.
Hello, my name's Warren. I just want to speak to you a little bit about my collection. My main passion in hairdressing probably would be colour. I also enjoy cutting, but I find that colour is my main thing. Okay, firstly I'll start off with Nikki. Basically, I feel that the whole tracking thing is really happening at the moment. So what I've done through the sides, I've just undercut it all, and I've coloured every second square black, so it gives it that chessboard sort of effect. And then basically what I've actually gone through and pre-lightened all the hair, and then I've just used direct pigment colour on Nikki to achieve the pink and the purple, and then I've used a one level black through that. When I've cut Nikki's hair, I've actually just gone through with my scissors and sliced it all out, so it's very choppy, very loose, really light. Okay, with Alexandra, what I've done, I've used a 5 level, just like a nice chocolatey brown, and I've just done a little bit of braiding, because I think braiding is really happening at the moment, it's very big on the catwalk. Basically with colouring, I think the main thing is to know the rules and to know how to break them. Then basically you can't go wrong. Now with Jasmine, I've used a 1 level underneath, then I've used a direct pigment in a red, like through the middle, and then I've taken a very, very fine section, and I've used like a 10 level, and I've just added like 2 drops of mahogany in with the 10 level. When I actually tone most of my blondes, I don't use a lot of toners. I mainly use a lot of 10 levels, and add like a semi-permanent concentrate into it. So I've just used like a mahogany reflex with a 10 level to achieve that very soft pinky sort of colour. Then on top I pre-lightened it, then I toned it with a 10 level, and I've just used 1 drop of blue black in with it to give it that nice silvery sort of tone. Basically I want to show you something with foiling. I want to show you something that I've picked up with foiling that's very easy. If I just move in that way. Okay, when I foil, the foil is folded that way, and this here is like, that lip is shorter than the underneath layer. So what I actually do is take my section. It's really good like if you want to separate colours too, like for when I've done the red through there, you can take like a section, and then put your tail
folks,
comb.
please. Quiet down.
Thank you. Put your tail comb underneath the lip, put it in through there, then you can apply your colour right to the scalp, then with your other lip take that right up to the top of the section. Then you need to fold it, and if you fold it again, that will actually catch the hair that's in there, so you can actually pull it and it won't move. Then you lift that up, then with that lip underneath, you slide that down and then take it through there. That way you get it right to the scalp. It's really good if you're doing splices or if you want to do panels of work, that way the colours won't bleed into each other. I find that a lot of my colour work, I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of the designers. I look at the fabric that they're using, the colours in the fabric, the texture, and then I try to apply that to hair. That's basically about it. I'd like to thank Thomas for helping me, and I'd like to thank Carol for all her support, and I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Thank you. And I'd like to thank my model also. Thank you.
Adjudication, and they will judge the all state winners tonight from that video. Once again, thank you to the IHS committee and all. Is she here? How about for a quick round, love? Alright, well done. Alright, we must thank IHS and Weller for helping us put this on tonight. Once again, we thank Peter Osborne and the team from the Grosvenor on George. Have you enjoyed being here, folks? Have they looked after you here? I'm sure they do. Nice venue. Don't forget to come up and get on it when you're not working. Winner's Circle next month. Winner's Circle is all about winners. What you do, put together for competitions. And it's not necessarily what we'll be looking for in this year's state competition coming up in July, but it's about how these previous winners and sometimes what our judges are looking for. So keep that in mind. We're not telling you what we're after, but we're telling you how we go about finding those things so that you could be a winner in our competition. Coming up next month, Winner's Circle, here again at the Grosvenor. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the terrific job that all done. Now a special thank you goes to all the models. Thank you. Because without you, this could not have been possible. The models, the makeup artists, again, the fabulous designers who have given these guys the clothes for our models to wear tonight. Thank you very much on behalf of them and IHS and Weller. Now I'm going to put you over to Jo McDonald, the beautiful Jo McDonald from Weller, and she is going to announce the winner. Oh, can I do the Logie? No? Alright, get me on. Here Jo, welcome to IHS.
Thank you, everybody. Now, how do I do this to keep it going on and on and on?
Just
and on?
banter, love.
Just banter?
Just banter. Up you go. Pop up in the spotlight.
Thank you. I'd just like to take this opportunity. My name is Joanne McDonald from Weller. I'd just like to take this opportunity to actually congratulate all the competitors tonight. Very impressive stuff tonight. So come on, Dan, we can give round of applause. I'd actually like to congratulate I.H.S for actually bringing in such a forwarding competition for our young hairdressers out there. So, without any further ado, drum roll.
Sorry, I can't do it. Boom. There you go.
And the winner is PLA. Thanks to my models, thanks to York, thanks to my makeup artists, thanks to Buddy, thank you. Okay, the finals are actually in Canberra on the 29th of June, so let's wish Peter a really, really big support from Queensland. And congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Jo. Thank you, Weller. Guys, to the guys who didn't win tonight, shut up for a minute, Paddy. Let me finish. Big round of applause for our runners-up because they did such a fantastic job. Congratulations to all of you. They put in a tremendous effort, and we thank you very much for that. You did a wonderful job. Congratulations once again, Peter. If you win the national event, you will go to London for 3 nights, and plus a visit to Salon International. And well, what can we say? Once more, guys, aren't they terrific? Didn't they do a fabulous job? Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being with us this evening. Thank you to Peter and the Grosvenor, and to everybody else that's helped us put this together this evening. And I'm sorry my DJ skills still need a lot of work, but I tried. Alright, folks, the bar's still going. Get into it. Thank you, good night. Whoa!